Hey guys, and welcome to part 2 of my kind of coverage of upcoming 2019 miniature board games. These are some that I have missed that I feel I need to call out, and I'm sure there'll probably be a part 3 at some point as more and more get announced and get released. In fact, I even know of a few that I just can't say anything about yet. So, expect a part 3 at some point. This is part 2, but there are quite a few things that I did miss that I do want to touch on right now. Okay, now there are 2 out right now that I wasn't able to cover. I just couldn't get a day 1 video out for them. But in fact, one of them I've even backed, so I do want to cover these because they weren't in the last video. One of them is Valor and Villainy by Skybound Games. That just launched this week, and it looks like a lot of fun. It's got some kind of neat minis. They're on the small side, like 25 to 30 millimeters, so for us painters, it's kind of a downer. But the design looks cool, the art looks cool, and you can buy it with standees for, like, cheap. In fact, even the mini version is cheap. Looks like a fun game that I can play with my family. Looking forward to it. I like the kind of dice mechanic upgrade system that it has there. I'm actually a pretty big fan of that, so looking forward to that. And it's a 1 versus mini game, so what's to go wrong there? By the way, these 2 will have a link in the description below, so if you are interested, you can check it out down there. Now next is Champion of Nexum by Board Legends, and this one has some really good looking renders. I don't know too much about them and like the miniature quality or anything like that, so I can't attest to that. I can't even really give a proper opinion on it. I'm not a backer because I'm already backing the other one, plus then there's Dark Rituals, and it's just kind of busy right now anyway. But again, link in the description below. The design looks really cool, of the minis at least, so I can at least say that. Okay, now this one is big, and I can't believe I missed it, but Munchkin Dungeon by Coleman Or Not, January 29th. That's gonna be pretty cool. I've never played a Munchkin game, by the way. I haven't played Catan. I haven't played any of those kind of intro gateway games. I just like dove into the deep end myself, with Descent 2nd Edition was my first. I guess I'd played Zombicide before that, but that's it. So, modern gaming for me was kind of weird in that sense. So I've never played a Munchkin game. However, the minis look cool. I actually like the art style. It looks like a fun game to paint. I don't know too much about the play of it, so I'll have to see on that, but either way, pretty excited about that. Hope to do a video to cover that one, and I can share my opinion with you guys more when I see the Kickstarter. Next up, we have Planet of the Apes, the Miniatures game by I don't know. I want to say WYSIWYG, but that's a text editor, so it's not that. Whatever their name is that I'm not going to even try to pronounce. It's coming out, I believe, in February on Kickstarter. Don't know too much about the game, like, at all. Looks like it's maybe a skirmish game. There's apes, and then there's, like, the kind of military humans. But they have really cool miniature trees that you can actually, like, be on and, like, archer down, and that seems kind of cool. Either way, and I love the IP as well, so I guess we'll see on that. Again, I don't know really anything about the game or about the company. I guess this has kind of been long-winded here. It's not the first one that's kind of taking a while to get there, but hopefully it's ready, and I guess we'll see next month. Now this one looks cool. This is Wonderlands War by Druid City Games, and I believe it's going to be out maybe in May, I think. Anyway, it's got miniatures. They're kind of a cool design. It kind of reminds me of Stuffed Fables a little bit in that, I don't know, just kind of that whimsical style that I actually really like. I think it's a lot of fun to paint. You get to do bright colors. I don't know much about the game. Last time I tried to guess what they're doing over at Druid City Games, I got it way wrong, and I want to be embarrassed again. I do that enough on my own anyway. Like, it says war in it, so I want to say skirmish, but that was wrong last time, so who knows. Either way, looking forward to that. We'll find out more later. Right now they're focused on the kind of the Skybound Games, Kickstarter currently, so after that, I guess, is when we'll hear more about Wonderlands War, so, looking forward to that. Next, there's an Army of Darkness Kickstarter coming out by Dynamite Entertainment. Again, don't know much about this at all. I have a note saying maybe in October. I don't remember where I got that note. As I, like, find out things and I read things, I just jot them down. And, sometimes I forget to put a source, so I do apologize for that. However, I wouldn't expect it until later in the year is kind of what this sounds like to me. However, again, another IP game. That seems to be all the rage now. If it's not a video game thing, it's a movie thing or something like that. But that's not necessarily a bad thing either. I mean, a theme and IP can really add to a game. So, I guess we'll find out about that. Some of the minis look cool too. Okay, now this is going to be one that I probably actually cover, but the Hollow Earth by Workhouse Games. That's going to be sometime in 2019. It's their skirmish game set in the same world as The Awful Orphanage. So it's this crazy cool kind of IP that they have. I think they're even writing a book on it. They have a diorama piece. The miniatures look great. They were like resculpted at one point and they look fantastic. So I'm really happy about that. Looking forward to getting it on the channel to you guys. So hoping that comes soon. It's actually one of my wife's top games she's looking forward to because she loves the theme so much. And so this skirmish game is just going to be crazy. And I know the makers are like into like the whole skirmish war game stuff. I mean, they are gamers and they understand what it is they're doing probably, just because they're consumers of that kind of genre. So kind of looking forward to that. It's going to be a big departure, obviously. But either way, sounds pretty cool. And there's a lot of stuff I think they can go with that in the theme, depending on how far down the rabbit hole they want to go. All right. Next up is Alter Quest by Blacklist Games. This is also using their like modular deck system. I have missed out on their last 2 Kickstarters, and it's actually been, it's funny because it's a Kickstarter I look at every time. And they seem to be doing a great job with the Kickstarter, and I like everything I see about it, and I like kind of the game systems that I've noticed. But I've never actually pulled the trigger on it. I think part of it's just a timing thing. There's always some other big thing plus 3 others that I've already backed, and so then you kind of have to like fit within there, and it's hard to break into that, especially with somebody with limited funds. I mean, I'm just like one of you guys here, and so it's not something I've gotten into yet. So we'll see if this one is. I think it's a 1 to 4 player kind of fantasy based game. So again, don't know too much about it. They just kind of have like some basic image there. But I guess we'll find out more, and I'll let you guys know what I find out. All right, last one is Evil Dead 2 by Jasco. So Jasco Games is like redoing this. So this was a Kickstarter and it failed. It didn't deliver. It just kind of was really sucky all around to all the backers who are just out money. And then Jasco swoops in, knight in shining armor, and says, you know what? We're going to put our spin on it, redo it. It's not going to be the same game, but, you know, utilize a lot of the same assets, get us going. We're going to go back to Kickstarter. And if we make enough, we're going to send the old backers a copy as well, which is really good. Like, that's cool. Like, I love it when the community does something awesome to where we're just looking out for each other, right? I mean, at the end of the day, I'm trying to help you guys. The companies are trying to make us happy. And so when you see something like that happen, where it's just kind of everybody's like, the check boxes are all ticked, that's awesome. So I fully support the move, and hopefully the game is good and lives up to the expectations that I'm sure tons of people have with that IP. And, yeah, I guess we'll see. I don't know when that's going to be. Sometime later this year, I guess. Which is why it's on the list. And really, that's the list. So that's all I have. So the next big one's going to be Munchkin Dungeon for me. I'm definitely going to be looking into that. And other than that, yeah, I mean, you know, you saw the rest. There's the Batman stuff and whatnot. So anyway, link in the description for the 2 other Kickstarters. If you like kind of keeping abreast of what I'm looking for. What? Am I that boring? I dog hair in my mouth now. Okay. Anyway, link in the description below to the 2 first Kickstarters I mentioned. And again, if you like what you see, like, subscribe, send me a nice comment, send me a mean comment, I guess, if you're feeling like you want to make somebody cry. And I'll talk to you guys next time.